Jen. You've seen my kids and you've heard my voice, but you've never actually got to meet me. We've got some exciting things to talk about today. You hear Matt talk about his balls all the time. Today, we're going to talk about my racks. Hey, eyes up here. My rat racks.
Hey guys, we're here in the back of Manhattan Reptile World, and I know you've seen this before, but what we had a room back here that we tore out and expanded this, and we ordered a bunch of ARS racks, and they are amazing. It's a lot better than the older wooden racks we had. So what we're working on now is just getting more rats in and to expand it. We got all of these ones over here, and you can see like these are all the babies. There's more in there. And in most of these we try to keep 3 females to 1 male. Some of them only have 2 females. Like this one, I think it's up here. These are ones that we just kind of started out. They're kind of a mediums. So we put them in here so they can start breeding. And in about a month they're going to start producing more. This one right here is one of my favorites. This is a male. I just like the pattern on his face. I know they're a little scared right now. But just how he has that V, I don't know, he looks kind of like a superhero. And then this is one of their babies. And so you can see that we've expanded a lot, and what you have to realize is we have to produce enough rats to feed all of our snakes, all the snakes here at the shop, and then provide for all of the customers that come in for the whole area that we have. Over here, this rack we have our African soft furs. And this is a new tub that I just set up. And this one has 4 females and then 1 male. These are some of the older ones, I think. This one, you can see all the babies. And they're a lot like, I don't know, they're kind of like in between a mouse and a rat. This is about as big as they get. And this would be the albino ones here. And then they only come in 2 different colors. And you can see that none of these are albino. Or they don't carry the recessive, so all the babies are going to be the normal. And these work really well if you have ball pythons that aren't feeding very well. But these are the old tubs that we used to use, and you can see how they've been chewed out. And with these new like ARS racks, they fit up here tight enough, and the angles of them, the rats and the mice can't get back in there, and they can't chew on them. So we're not going to have, you know, rats escaping. We have 9 of these. They're going to be 8 high, 4 across. It's 32 tubs. Right now we only have 4 of them full, so we're going to be purchasing more rats to fill all of these. And when I run through the numbers, we're going to be producing about 600 to 700 rats a week is what my goal is. Right now we're producing probably about 150, so it's going to, you know, like quadruple our rat production. The cool thing about these is all the water is up here, and when you buy these racks, they come with the water. They come with all the tubing for it. And then all of the food goes in the back. And I've had some people ask, you know, why is the food up here? Well, the main reason is because if you put the food in the bins, the rats are going to walk all over them. They're going to, you know, pee and poop on them, and you don't want them to eat that. So when it's up here, they can reach through the little grates, and they can get them, and they chew off little pieces of it, and that's how they eat it. What we feed them, I saved one of the bags. This is the Missouri. It's a rat breeder. It's a 6F. Rodent breeder 6F, and it has like all the nutrients. It has 16 grams of protein, fat, fiber, basically everything that the rats need. And we go through about 8 to 9 bags a week of this. When I fill up all these other racks and have rats, I estimate we're going to go through about 30 bags a week. So we'll be buying the rat food by the pallets. Over here, we also got more mice racks. Before, all we had was this one, and then we ended up getting this one and this one, and this one we've kind of filled up. So these ones are all new ones. You can see, you know, there's some babies back here, and they come out really, really small. These are born about a day ago. And then they eventually get this big. And then these ones are about ready to pull and put into a different bin. And then these are the adults. But in the mice, they come in a ton of different colors. You can get, like, this is a like a long-haired one. So we've obviously, like, you know, tripled our mice production too. We go through a lot of mice. You feed them to some of the smaller snakes, like some of the corn and king snakes when they're growing up. And then, can you show us what's up in here, Jen? I know that you always look at these when we come in here and do work.
We have the guinea pigs. These are all the little males. They're cute, cuddly, and fun to hold.
And I know we've had some questions about, you know, do we have any rats at home? Yes, we have a mom and a dad, and then they've had babies. We have, I think, 13 babies right now. And then we also have some guinea pig at home, too.
18 rats total?
Yeah, 18 rats total.
At home?
Am I allowed to feed those off?
No, basically what we're going to do, the extra ones that we're not keeping as pets, we're going to bring back here, and I'm going to set them up, and we're going to use them as breeders. Because Jen's kids wouldn't like it if we feed them off.
As you can see, the guy running the camera today is me, and I still have no heart, so I apologize for any shaky camera work. I know it's not up to our normal standards.
Couple of questions.
Okay.
Where would one get the racks such as these?
Basically, it's ARS racks, and they're out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And we just went online and ordered them, and we ended up ordering, I think, we had 3 of them, and we ordered like another 12. And they vary in prices. I think they're just a little over $2,000. But they're worth the investment. You know, they're the best way to produce rats, do it really clean and not having them escape. And, you know, we used to have the old wooden racks. And the nice thing about these is they're all on wheels. So you can pull them out, get behind there and clean them. To where the other wooden ones, they were a pain to try to move and try to get behind and clean.
About how many hours per week do you spend working on the rats and the mice here?
Probably about 10 hours a week right now. Once we get the other racks in, or the other mice and rats to fill up the other racks, it'll probably be around, I don't know, double that, probably about 20 hours a week.
If I was going to get into just at a novice level of breeding rats or mice, what advice would you give for like a novice level breeder to get started?
Just kind of start out slow. There are, if you look up like rat breeding racks on YouTube, there's some really good videos about making your homemade racks. You know, I wouldn't suggest getting something like this unless you really, really want to get into it. That's really good videos on how to build them. I used to use the big black, they call them cement tubs that you can get from Home Depot, and those work really well. I haven't had the rats chew out of them. You just got to build them to where they fit tight in here, and there's not a bunch of a gap. Any other questions?
I think I'm good.
And then one thing I'm going to work on too is when we start getting this in, is I know I told you I keep 3 females and 1 male. What I'm going to work on is switching out the males. So I'm going to have 3 females in each one of these, and then I'm going to put a male in there. And he's going to be in there for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to switch him over to the next tub. And the idea is that he's going to be in there enough to breed him, and then after that he really isn't that useful. So I'm going to move him over to the next tub, and what I do it every 2 weeks and switch it out. And so I'll have 12 different lines, so it'd be like a 12-week cycle to do that. And I think basically it's going to be less stress on the moms because not having the male in there. It'll be better production. I can actually watch it and see how much the production. And when you come in here, this whole rack will be, you know, at the same size. At the same time, they'll have like all pinkies, and then they'll have like all fuzzies, and then all weens. You just go down the line. So when I'm looking, okay, say a customer comes in and wants, you know, fuzzy rats. I don't have to go and search all over. I know exactly where they're going to be, and I can keep track of like the production and everything. And when one of the females or the males start to get where he's not producing enough, then we can pull them out and put some, you know, younger ones in there so we can help keep production up.
Okay, what litter do you use as well? So I know some people will always ask about what we use for bedding.
Basically, we get, I actually have a bag here. It's the softwood, they call it cowboy shavings. And the softwood is basically just like a pine. And we get this at our local co-op. It's, I don't know, I think $8 a bag or so. And then basically how I clean these too, I clean them about every 7 to 10 days is what my goal is. Like when they get to about 10 days, they get kind of bad and they need to be cleaned out. Also, if you're looking at breeding rats, what you need is some type of ventilation. We have a big fan back here that we turn on, and it just keeps all the smell and everything. You know, some people talk about the smell, but when that fan's turned on, you really don't notice it here at all. And the really cool thing about this room is when I'm back here, I can fart, and then it just blows it out, and I don't even smell it at all.
Is that a problem for you?
No, not normally.
Don't lie. Don't lie on camera, Kurt.
I'm not.
Maybe our house just has really good ventilation, so I don't notice.
Oh.
Do you have to worry about excessive heat in here with all the extra methane?
Not really. We have some of the fans.
She's talking about the methane from your ass.
I know.
Okay, just checking. All right, Kurt, really quick, one more question. We'll let you off the hook. How comfortable are you right now?
This isn't my favorite thing to do. I'd rather be on the other side of the camera, but I'm going to work on trying to do this more and more.
I think you're doing fine. All right, guys, we'll see you. Actually, it's your time to end it.
Okay, guys, we'll see you next week.